Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, April 23rd, at 8:01 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 619 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. First short-range air defense systems deploy to Europe. Arrested NH Youth Center workers described as hit squad. Joy Beer says she misgendered Caitlyn Jenner on The View because she didn't get enough sleep. Frail-looking Ghislaine Maxwell makes first appearance to plead not guilty to sex trafficking charges. Nevada fugitive caught in Mexico after 27 years in hiding. You shouldn't have to shoot someone, SC could change stand your ground law. Warp drives, physicists give chances of faster than light space travel a boost. Explainer, can Chauvin get his convictions tossed on appeal? GOP Senator Ron Johnson criticized for dangerous comments calling COVID-19 vaccine push suspicious. A Virginia sheriff's deputy shot an unarmed black man 10 times after he called 911 for help. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Robert Chapman bragged about storming the Capitol on Bumble, then his match reported him to the FBI, CBS News. Sources, Chiefs shipping first-round pick, 3 others to Ravens for package highlighted by Orlando Brown Jr., ESPN. CDC recommends pregnant women get coronavirus vaccine, The Washington Post. Biden tells Erdogan he'll call Armenian massacre a genocide, Bloomberg. Anti-terrorism probe launched after French police officer killed in knife attack, CNN. Honda aimed to go all-electric by 2040, NPR. 2 million stimulus checks, including plus-up payments, disbursed in latest round, WGAL Susquehanna Valley PA. Caitlyn Jenner announces run for California governor, NPR. 7-round 2021 NFL mock draft, round 1, Broncos, Bears trade up for QBs, NFL.com. Apple AirTags, 3 ways they're better than tile trackers, 3 ways they're worse, CNET. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Florida House okays bill that bans abortions based on fetus disability. 6 professionals share why they want to go back to offices. Missouri House votes to ban trans athletes from girls' teams. Ghislaine Maxwell pleads not guilty to new sex trafficking charges. Megan Thee Stallion reveals why she's taking a break from social media. 7 signs you were raised by an entitled parent. Mark Hamill reminds fans what Chewbacca's fashion fate could have been. 23 of the funniest tweets about cats and dogs this week. 18 amazing photos you missed this week. Senator Ron Johnson says he sees no reason for COVID-19 mass vaccine push. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Native women face epidemic of violence. Prosecutors allow killer to plead not guilty. Church to rebuild after fire, hate crime. Man with dementia gets dying wish. 2 men killed when crane hits truck. Chicagoans complain of stupid mail problems. Employees go dumpster diving to find lost ring. Video, GPS puts FedEx driver in deep water. Lamb born with deformed legs is saved, learns to walk. 2 killed after truck hauling watermelons crashes. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Alexei Navalny, Putin's nemesis, ends hunger strike in Russia. Derek Chauvin trial juror speaks out, I could feel their pain. Biden's spending plans could start to tackle inequality. He said he loved her, then he went to the FBI. India scrambles to supply oxygen as COVID-19 patients gasp for breath. Economy updates, housing market in frenzy like no other since 2008. Emily Ratajkowski to auction NFT. One high school, 5 students fatally shot. For Indonesian submarine, oxygen and time are running out. World leaders focus on innovation for clean energy future. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. BLM co-founder's nonprofit moves to operate in other states as it avoids filing financial docs. Leo Terrell advises Caitlyn Jenner to run like a Trump Republican and bid for California governor. Sports writer mortified by phrase spared from abortion in story on college football star. Caitlyn Jenner running for governor of California is not a big surprise to Kardashians, report. Tom Jones recalls comical encounter with Elvis Presley in Las Vegas, we became that close. South Carolina shooting, search warrants offer clues about ex-NFL player Phillip Adams' mental state. Fox Nation riding with Corey LaJoie in NASCAR Talladega Cup Series race. U.S. worried hundreds of federally funded scientists could be compromised by China. California Governor Newsom raising money by tying Caitlyn Jenner to Trump. TripAdvisor reveals the top summer vacation destinations for Americans. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, April 24th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Gold rush returning to CA, company works to reopen mine untouched since 1956, but protesters oppose. She's devastated, mother horse visibly depressed after 4-day-old colt stolen. Stimulus check latest, will you receive a plus-out payment? Turn signal app aimed to help everyone get home safely after traffic stops. It could be a different place, how climate change could affect Lake Superior's future. Gisele Bündchen joining DraftKings as special advisor. Selfless Colorado woman donates both a kidney and part of her liver to strangers. First major U.S. offshore wind farm set to be built off Martha's Vineyard. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Lindsay Lohan's father Michael arrested in patient's brokering scheme. Police launch murder investigation after teenager, 14, is stabbed to death outside pizza shop. Furious Arsenal fans gather outside the Emirates Stadium to call for Stan Kroenke to sell up. Ghislaine Maxwell pleads not guilty to 2 more counts of sex trafficking. 2 Jewish boys among 13 children saved from Nazis in Antwerp are reunited via Zoom after 76 years. Doctor, 30, tells court I'm not a monster as he denies repeatedly groping woman's breasts. Some 1.5 billion Apple users may be at risk of airdrop flood if attackers steal information. Michael Fitzgerald jailed for boiling water attack on Manchester woman. Northamptonshire woman petrified after chalk marking appears on her home. Undercover police use dead children's identities during covert ops, inquiry told. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Biden ushers in a new era of climate geopolitics. Canada Supreme Court says Native American can hunt in British Columbia. Hunger strikes like Navalny's are a Russian tradition aiding to the Tsar's prisons. Who is Alexei Navalny, the Kremlin critic who has fallen ill in a Russian penal colony? Navalny signals end to prison hunger strike after access to civilian doctors. Russian troops massed near Ukrainian border begin pullback. Oscars Song Contest, The Story of Husavik. Fire kills patients in second India hospital disaster this week, as coronavirus cases surge to record level. Biden's climate summit shows rivalry with U.S. complicates China's green push. Bunny hugger, Greta Thunberg trolls Boris Johnson with new Twitter bio. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Arsenal v Everton, Premier League, Live. Biden to visit UK on first overseas trip and meet leader he once called a Trump clone, Live. Coronavirus live news, India sees global record cases for second day, EU to strike world's largest vaccine deal with Pfizer. Ghislaine Maxwell makes first in-person court appearance since arrest. California officer charged in previous shooting kills black man at intersection, video shows. No data linking COVID vaccines to menstrual changes, US experts say. Olympic hero Simone Biles jumping to Gap's Athleta brand in blow to Nike. Rescuers in race against time to find Indonesian Navy submarine. Biden's pledge to slash U.S. emissions turns spotlight on China. Republican senator claims there's no reason to be pushing COVID vaccines. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Detectives, DNA solves 1985 slaying, rape of dementia victim. Feds fund mental health crisis teams to stand in for police. Caitlyn Jenner announces bid for California governor amid recall effort. Police, 1 dead, 4 wounded in downtown San Diego shooting. CDC confirms more air reactions following J&J vaccine. Russian opposition leader Navalny ends hunger strike. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. India COVID crisis, hospitals buckle under record surge. Ghislaine Maxwell makes first U.S. court appearance. French police station stabbing, terror inquiry into Rambouillet knife attack. Time running out for missing Indonesia submarine. German gymnasts' outfits take on sexualization in sport. Caitlyn Jenner announces bid for California governor. Coronavirus, Japan declares virus emergency in Tokyo as Olympics near. Malaria vaccine hailed as potential breakthrough. Putin opponent Navalny ends hunger strike in Russian jail. A nightmare on repeat, India is running out of oxygen again. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Experts expect J&J vaccine pause to be lifted, Indian hospitals plead for oxygen, live COVID-19 updates. AP Top Stories April 23 p. WH's Saki, who wouldn't want to meet the Queen? From the Gila River to Bears Ears, environmental activists renew push to protect Southwest U.S. public lands amid shifting politics. Here comes the pink moon, but will it actually be pink, and is it a supermoon? Here's what to know. I am guilty, Your Honor, Edward Jake Wagner admits guilt in 2016 Roden family massacre in Pike County, Ohio. Caitlyn Jenner, reality TV star and former Olympic athlete. U.S. will help India with surging virus cases. South braces for severe weather, tornadoes, hail and flooding rain possible from Texas to the Carolinas. One of the smallest black holes, and the closest to Earth so far, discovered. Scientists call it a unicorn. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. New Sum bans new California fracking permit starting in 2024. Son of LA multimillionaire admits to fatal high-speed Lamborghini crash, awaits sentencing. Westminster man arrested in connection with Capitol riot. COVID canceled their football season, so a rural California school did homecoming their way. California Guard members feared fighter jet would be ordered to frighten protesters. Los Angeles Police Department reports shooting of knife-wielding man in San Fernando Valley. Kindergarten declines fuel steep drop in public school enrollment amid pandemic. Ocean debris again in spotlight as entangled baby whale struggles off California. Column 1, the sawmill nearly took his arm, now a young man looks forward. Beyond defunding school police, what teen activists are thinking after Chauvin verdict. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, April 24th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. People across India scrambled for life, saving oxygen supplies on Friday, and patients lay dying outside hospitals as the capital recorded the equivalent of one death from COVID-19 every 5 minutes. Jury acquits Extinction Rebellion protesters despite no defense in law. Imprisoned Putin foe Navalny to end his hunger strike. A new malaria vaccine has proven 77% effective in trials on infants, British researchers said Friday, in what could prove to be a potential game-changer against the deadly mosquito-borne disease. US and Japan to jointly invest $4.5 billion in next-gen 6G technology race with China. Dozens of Palestinians injured in police clashes as Jewish extremists chanting death to Arabs march in Jerusalem. Czech Republic expels 81 Russian diplomats and staff in total from Russia's Prague embassy. Poland expels 3 Russian diplomats over hostile actions. This is hell. Prime Minister Modi's failure to lead is deepening India's COVID-19 crisis. Navalny ends hunger strike after being seen by civilian doctors. The Indonesian Navy says it found an unknown object with strong magnetic resonance in search for its missing submarine. Osaka virus patients dying at home as medical system buckles under strain of COVID-19 wave. The Japan Times. Missing Indonesian submarine, rescuers find unidentified object as oxygen runs low. Race to find missing Navy vessel as authorities warn oxygen in Krinangala 402 will run out within 24 hours. Baltic states expel Russian diplomats in solidarity with Prague. Chinese embassy slams Uyghur genocide talks in Lithuania as farce. The next headlines are from Forbes. U.S. stock indexes rebound from Thursday's sell-off triggered by Biden's capital gains tax proposal, but major indexes flat for week. Earth Day is celebrated every day at Sonoma-Cutrer Winery. It's still going on. Arizona judge halts presidential election recount after Democrats sue. Here are the states with the greatest COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy, poll says. How the San Francisco 49ers free agent moves will impact 2021 NFL Draft. Learning from COVID, improve awareness and execution of virtual wine tastings. CDC recommends pregnant women get vaccinated for COVID-19. Taylor Swift dominates this week's albums chart in every way imaginable. Dash on Jordan on what return of SLS unsanctioned means to skate community, and defending his title. Clyburn is first Democrat fined $5,000 for evading Capitol security screening. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COVID research updates. A care home COVID outbreak shows a vaccine's powers. What's next for physics standard model? Muon results throw theories into confusion. 1 million coronavirus sequences. Popular genome site hits mega milestone. Sell yourself and your science in a compelling personal statement. Daily briefing. Malaria vaccine shows early signs of promise. How philosophy is making me a better scientist. Technology transfer, career boosting computing skills for girls in Argentina. Minority representation in U.S. science workforce sees few gains. Coronapod, kids and COVID vaccines. A century of U.S. data documents obesity's racially skewed rise. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,700,639,521 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Cannes 2021, stars and big name watchers in pipeline for festival comeback exclusive. Woody Allen's A Rainy Day in New York approved for release by China censors. Terminator goes off the beaten track with the Bastard King. Terminator prompts audience to take action. Catherine Zeta-Jones relives her Oscar performances, including her pregnant duet with Queen Latifah. Falcon and Winter Soldier finale, what will happen to the power broker and the Contessa, and other burning questions. The 10 biggest takeaways from Variety's Entertainment Marketing Summit. Film LAS location permit applications jump 45% in March. Red Hot Chili Peppers go with Guy Oseary for management. NCIS, Los Angeles renewed for season 13 at CBS. NCIS, Hawaii ordered to series. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. In Iran, Clubhouse means unfiltered chats, even with top officials, but for how long? Bumble blunder, man allegedly boasts about Capitol riot on dating app, is arrested. Man's ancient friend, 6,000-year-old dog remains found on Arabian Peninsula. CDC director recommends pregnant people receive COVID-19 vaccines. Honda aims to go all-electric by 2040. Scientists say the rush to do COVID research led to a whole lot of waste. Caitlyn Jenner announces run for California governor. Why deployed troop counts are a wild card in 2020 census results. After Trump, young Americans are more hopeful about the future, poll finds. Military panel urges taking sexual assault cases out of commander's control. The following headlines are from The Week. Is Vanessa Carlton's 8,000 miles about Adam Driver? Megan Thee Stallion is recharging ahead of Hot Girl Summer Part 2. Russell Crowe declares I shall be Zeus in Thor, Love and Thunder. The Week contest, Eat Roadkill. 20 years of pop culture, in 20 striking photos. A black progressive could win in Kentucky, if the Democratic Party gets out of the way. Caitlyn Jenner announces she's running for governor of California. 7 cartoons about Derek Chauvin being found guilty. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. A leggy this week, Texas House passes budget, Republicans again reject Medicaid expansion. My cousin dies, like a deer, on the side of the road. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Perseverance successfully extracts oxygen from the Martian atmosphere, about 10 minutes of breathing time for an astronaut. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, April 24th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Record-breaking flare from nearby Proxima Centauri. Liftoff, 4 astronauts and crew 2 mission blast off to International Space Station. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. The fall and fall of soccer's European Super League. Why Capitol Police offer tours to Oathkeeper lawyers. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter execs to testify at Senate hearing on algorithms. Johnson & Johnson says it has negotiated COVID-19 vaccine warning label with FDA. Biden to make first overseas trip in June for G7, NATO summits. Caitlyn Jenner running for California governor. Russia's Navalny to end prison hunger strike on 24th day. Demings seriously considering challenging DeSantis or Rubio. Democrat Joe Manchin says there's one GOP senator he'd endorse in a heartbeat. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Dan Tehan hails trade breakthrough but denies special quarantine treatment. Former Wallaroos captain blasts Rugby Australia over Super W changes. From NRL joke to proven match winner, is the two-point field goal changing the game? A verdict brings tears too of relief, and a challenge to us all. Stripped bare, Melbourne shopping strips face long road to recovery. The age of corporate activism imperils the democracy we hold dear. Army chief says work in Afghanistan not tarnished by misconduct of a few. Bulletproof Dusty gets to 250 non-stop. The forever friend, the former boss, the ex-husband, the early victims of fraudster Melissa Caddick. Scandals and scoops, how gossip columns have changed our city. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Market snapshot, U.S. stocks end sharply higher as investors shake off tax jitters. The ratings game, Snap can still dream the dream as earnings show big Snapchat growth still possible. The ratings game, Intel stock suffers worst day of the year after analysts point to AMD as a reason for data center weakness. Deep dive, should you buy Apple stock? Here are the key numbers to look at now. The moneyest, my boyfriend agreed to go part-time to look after my teenage kids. I paid him $650 a month. We split up, now he's crying foul. The moneyest, my wife makes $200K a year, but gives $700 a month, and $3,000 to her brother and mother to keep them in the good life. Market extra, capital gains tax hike, why the stock market bounced back so fast. The moneyest, my husband and I bought a $387K building with my parents. We sold it for nearly $1 million. We took care of it. Do we still split it 50-50? Companies that make things used to make things have seen earnings boosted by big jumps in prices. Is that a bad thing? Dispatches from a pandemic, in Silicon Valley, how one black-owned transportation business pivoted and survived during the COVID-19 pandemic. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Obviousness is not so obvious, how to make sure your patent will hold up in court, the toy book. With a global portfolio of more than 40,000 titles, Group SEP makes industrial patent registration a priority, Business Wire. How billionaire inventor Dr. Gary Michelson negotiates licensing deals, Forbes. Form 10Q Honeywell International 4, Mar 31, StreetInsider.com. Celebrating Black Inventors on World IP Day National Law Journal, Law.com. Should an inventor protect his idea? 5 ways to do this, iStock Analyst. AI, Part 1, How does AI interact with UK excluded subject matter provisions, Lexology. Google v Oracle, protecting computer programs with copyright, Lexology. Tech company gets costs for tardy govt action in patent dispute, Law 360. The next headlines are from Quartz. Get ready for the weirdest Oscars ever. Why millions of workers are planning to switch jobs after the pandemic. Simone Biles and Gap's Athleta brand will both benefit from her split with Nike. These are the colorful and confusing COVID-19 alerts used around the world. A $4,400 electric car is outselling Tesla in China. U.S. stocks ignore capital gains tax hikes in the long run. The recent spike in Delhi's COVID-19 death toll is still likely a huge underestimation. India's crisis, Modi's Twitter feed, black hole names. The U.S. wants to reset its economic ties with Africa. Once shunned as an international conspiracy, social media toolkits are now India's COVID lifeline. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Judge lets false advertising case against Apple over buying music you didn't buy move forward. The other George Floyd story, how media freedom led to conviction in his killer's trial. Daily Deal, the complete 2021 Learn Linux bundle. Not this again, Facebook threatens to sue guy who registered .use Instagram.com. The Trump-hyped Foxconn Wisconsin deal finally falls completely apart. Thanks copyright culture, webcomic 8-bit theater releases book with no pictures out of fear. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Missing submarine. Shadow and Bone. Falcon and Winter Soldier Episode 6. Scott Rudin. Caitlyn Jenner. Mortal Kombat. Near Replicant. SpaceX launch. Kelani. Shock G dead. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Arizona judge halts election audit, as Republicans make final play to uncover election fraud. YouTube blocks videos and hands strikes to RT's English and German channels over alleged COVID-19 disinformation. Ghislaine Maxwell pleads not guilty to new sex trafficking charges in New York court. Texas sues Biden admin for lifting health restrictions on illegal migrants pouring in from the south. We want our Arsenal back, Gunners fans protest and demand U.S. owner Kroenke leaves club after Super League debacle, video. It's like he never met a gay person, Andrew Yang ridiculed for outdated comments at NYC mayoral LGBT endorsement event. PM's former top aide Cummings denies leaking Dyson texts, claims Johnson had possibly illegal plans to fund Downing Street refurb. I genuinely was so hurt, UFC presenter Olivier speaks out after being snubbed by ESPN pundit Stephen A. Smith. Water under the bridge, Chelsea boss Tuchel says no need for Abramovich to apologize to him for Super League fiasco. Blood-injecting beauty salon owner charged after clients allegedly catch HIV from vampire facials. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. The worrisome 199952 markets. Stocks and bonds shrug off Biden battering, dollar and cryptos tumble. Biden informs and sends Erdogan of Armenian genocide recognition in Friday phone call. 21 remarkable stats for 21. 6 rioters arrested for defacing Central Park Monument in New York City's latest peaceful protest. Wokeness reaches the final frontier, NASA shifts focus to space diversity. International media confirms pullout of Russian troops from Crimea and Ukraine border. Our bullish conviction is now lower, JPM joins major banks in turning bearish on easy market gains. CDC looking at whether masks are still needed outdoors. U.S. offers to lift sanctions on Iran's central bank, oil and shipping. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Ghislaine Maxwell pleads not guilty to sex trafficking charges. Biden tells Erdogan he plans to recognize Armenian genocide. Caribbean refinery emits flammable toxic gas. Sudan threatens legal action if Ethiopia dam filled without deal. Canada, COVID at critical levels, personal contact discouraged. Crypto, Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Dogecoin sink over Biden tax plans. Saudi Arabia bans Lebanese produce over drug smuggling. Has AstraZeneca failed the European Union? 3 students abducted from Nigeria University found shot dead. Biden to travel to UK, Belgium on first foreign trip as president. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Maxine Waters, GOP criticizing me to distract from domestic terrorist insurrection led by Trump. Sanctuary NYC, illegal alien meets 13 gang members charged with hacking young mother to death. University of Texas requires school band to play The Eyes of Texas in 2021. Joy Beer apologizes after repeatedly misgendering Caitlyn Jenner. Rutgers professor says Ma'Khia Bryant was adultified because she was a big girl. Cruz, Dems using race card in D.C. statehood debate, only card they have in their deck. Report, New York's Andrew Cuomo is highest paid governor in history. CDC director uses gender-neutral language to discuss pregnant persons. Ontario Ministry of Health, pregnant individuals now eligible for coronavirus vaccine. Irish law criminalizes outdoor confession to a priest. The next headlines are from UPI News. Belated birthday gift from brother earns woman a $500,000 lottery prize. Look, Florida police capture loose lemur, another still on the run. Iowa's oldest female muskie caught after dodging nearly 2,000 Mets. Watch, Florida cyclist's path blocked by alligators. Watch, bank employees climb into dumpster to search for wedding ring. Watch, bear rips hole in Connecticut family's garage door. Watch, family's camera found 7 years after falling into Florida Bay. Watch, dog joins Utah track meet relay race, wins. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Wisdom and loneliness may be shaped by healthy gut microbes, researchers believe. Drinking this juice could help promote healthy aging, scientists find. Check out this interactive map showing all the conservation land near you in the U.S. To replace lithium batteries for grid storage, gravitricity uses gravity. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, April 24th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. American honey is radioactive from decades of nuclear bomb testing. Intruders trespass at Indiana Denny's in dead of night, cook eggs, twice. Northumberland Longridge Tower School strip club teacher banned. Meth worth over $4.3 million found in Texas pickle shipment, border agents say. Restaurants deal with nationwide chicken wing shortage. Gender reveal party using 80 pounds of explosive sets off earthquake reports. Stranded sailor allowed to leave abandoned ship after 4 years. The following headlines are from Science Daily. High school juniors consumer seismometer delivers low-cost earthquake early warning. Fiber optic cable monitors microseismicity in Antarctica. Deep Shake uses machine learning to rapidly estimate earthquake shaking intensity. Ankle exoskeleton enables faster walking. Recreating the earliest stages of life. The next headlines are from Information Week. Asante CIO discusses transforming with cloud and telehealth. 3 key tax incentives for IT consultants. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, April 24th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA SpaceX Crew 2 astronauts headed to International Space Station. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Did a Brazilian oil company order the murders of a Utah couple in 2003? Utahns have received more than 2 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine. Tribune editorial, it is time for the U.S. to leave Afghanistan. George Pyle, other nations have always sent us their best. Women may soon be the majority on the Utah Alcohol Commission. With the playoffs approaching, the Utah Jazz are seeing some signs of Bojan Bogdanovic finding his way. Tabernacle Choir won't perform traditional Pioneer Day concerts. Teenager stabs woman to death in Murray, police say. RSL wants to bring back positivity after tumultuous 2020 season. James N. Clark, Wendy Nelson is an exceptional choice for UVU commencement speaker. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. What do you call a bunch of black holes? Japan declares third state of emergency, 3 months ahead of Olympics. Apple, no plans to merge Mac and iPad. Alphabet's Wing seeks expanded U.S. drone flight permissions. SpaceX successfully launches astronauts with a reused Dragon spacecraft for the first time. Climate crisis has shifted the Earth's axis. Employee accused of skipping work for 15 years. Met Office and Microsoft to build climate supercomputer. Over $200 billion wiped off cryptocurrency market in a day. Apple must face lawsuit for telling consumers they can buy movies, TV shows. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. How to keep your smart devices from being hacked. 2020 Missouri graduates to join 2021 graduation ceremonies. COVID-19 concerns raised at St. Louis death penalty trial. FDA says now plentiful N95 masks should no longer be reused. Man with over 2 pounds of meth arrested in Rolla after crash into creek. Police, St. Louis Circuit Attorney refuses charges in 2019 murder. Illinois official issues 2 scam warning for residents. Murder charges for killing of man in Lewis Place neighborhood Monday. Your first beer back is on us. Budweiser Brewery Beer Garden reopens in May. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Digital Underground leader Shock G, of Humpty Dance fame, dead at 57. Therapy Bunny wins fans and stands at Giants game. Del Mar Bluff repairs to shut down train service. Local community colleges get millions for aid payments to students. San Diego students offered chance at summer learning in person. 2 killed in crash near SeaWorld ID'd. Otay Ranch senior earns rowing scholarship to USC. Man accused of killing 1 person, wounding 4 in downtown shootings. Padres hold off Dodgers 3-2 in resumption of SoCal rivalry. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. UK spy chief says warns West faces moment of reckoning over tech. Defend forward amid a new era of cyber espionage opinion. The Czech spy row with Russia reveals a battle for the soul of a nation. Undercover officer punched activist over spy claim, inquiry told. Novelizing wildlife crime investigations, Q&A with author Brian Christie. UK cyber spy chief warns China is poised to control the global operating system. UK spy chief says West faces moment of reckoning on tech. Update 1 UK's GCHQ spy chief says China could win control of the world operating system. UK cyber spy chief says, quantum computing is closer but beware the risk. UK's GCHQ chief says China could win control of the world operating system. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Suruateo's experimental indie films about artists and dissidents. Shanghai's upscale Vittorio brings back outdated ladies' menu. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, April 24, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. VitaFusion recall, select gummy vitamins, including kids' melatonin, may contain metal mesh. Newsom seeks ban on new fracking by 2024. Earth Week, PPE pollution problem. HWI1 by Big Sur reopens after mudslide. O'clock, nationwide chicken wing shortage threatens restaurants. Bay Area to see first rain in weeks. Feds, Alameda violated rights of mentally ill in its jails. Woman says she was fired for refusing to get COVID-19 vaccine. Unvaccinated residents get drive-through doses in San Ramon. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. VMI gets in-state matchup with JMU in FCS playoff debut. QB position still in spotlight for Patriots entering draft. NFL modifies COVID-19 protocols for vaccinated people. With number 4 pick, Falcons facing major decision in NFL draft. Former Bears great Steve McMichael battling ALS. Calls mount for video release in fatal shooting by deputies. Saints mind full of holes beyond QB in first post-Breeze draft. Arsenal fans protest against owner for Super League debacle. COVID-19 update, 136,525 more shots, 3,369 new cases, 22 more deaths. Jim O'Donnell, a year later, The Last Dance remains a very neat TV feat. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclones Yuragi 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone Jobo 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Soufriere St. Vincent and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Pacaya in Guatemala. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, April 24th in the Greenwich Mean Time Zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Death of Victorian mom found in torched vehicle in Matagorda County remains a mystery. Johnson & Johnson vaccine meeting, blood clot cases up to 15, with 3 deaths. 3:10 p.m. update, Tornado watch issued for Houston and Southeast Texas. Houston named a top spot for renters from other Texas cities in new study. 2 friends with men killed when crane hits truck on I-10 near Beaumont. Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriend Ghislaine Maxwell pleads not guilty to new charges. 2021 Oscars presenters, see who's taking the stage at the Academy Awards. Friends and family remember Vanessa Guillen 1 year after disappearance. Terrence Clark, former Kentucky Wildcats guard, dies at 19 following car crash in Los Angeles. Chauvin jury speaks, alternate juror in favor of former Minneapolis cop's conviction, he was guilty. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Ravens look to boost passing attack through NFL draft. Bengals draft strategy is to keep building around Burrow. Bears enter draft with issues to address on offense, defense. Packers GM Gutekunst's background shows he's willing to deal. Armed with 11 picks, Eagles aim to improve draft record. After trade up to 3, 49ers now must decide which QB to take. Steelers have plenty to shop for with 24th overall pick. Browns enter draft with Super Bowl expectations, needs on D. Texas last obstacle in Kentucky bid for first volleyball title. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. New York's hottest vaccination site is now the American Museum of Natural History. How mayoral candidates will help small businesses hit hard by the pandemic. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Goodbye appointments. All New York City-run COVID vaccine sites now accept walk-ins for everyone. Early edition, Disney wields woke scalpel to grown man's dreams. NYC rents keep falling. How long will it last? Facing avalanche of eviction cases, NJ panel recommends fixes to landlord-tenant court. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Youth demand action on nature, following IUCN's first ever Global Youth Summit. Act now to speed up funding for COVID-19 tools, UN officials say. 90% of countries' health services continue to be disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic, WHO. Pathogens, public health, and political will, why sustained leadership is critical. Libya shipwreck claims 130 lives despite SOS calls, says UN Migration Agency. UN-led aid convoy brings 23 tons of humanitarian goods across contact line in East Ukraine. World Book and Copyright Day celebrates fundamental importance of literature. 1 year later and no justice for victims of 2020 Mali protests and coup. On World Malaria Day, we must step up efforts to combat malaria. Towards a more democratic and inclusive UN this International Day of Multilateralism. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Bones of black children killed in police bombing used in Ivy League anthropology course. Texas ended lockdowns and mask mandates. Now lockdown states are where COVID is growing most. 9/11 cover-up director appointed to chair COVID cover-up group, New World next week. New gun control bill expected to pass requires background checks to purchase ammo. I did not want to go through rioting and destruction again. Chauvin juror feared people coming to my house if they were not happy with the verdict. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did Ma'Khia Bryant make 911 call to police because she was being threatened? Did Trump pay for Derek Chauvin's legal fees? Did the CDC say refusing a vaccine is a form of racism? Is LA Sheriff's Department forcibly vaccinating people with special needs? SpaceX launches third crew with recycled rocket and capsule. Therapy bunny at SF ballpark brings smiles, is instant pet. Did CDC say it's gay to smoke in this video? NBC's Kristen Welker reveals difficulties with infertility. No, LeBron James didn't lament that a girl cannot even stab her friends anymore. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Ghislaine Maxwell waved at her sister in court as she pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking charges. He got billed $4,000 for being kept in jail on bogus charges. Billionaire investor reveals the secret to his success, shrooms. This 78-year-old with dementia was murdered decades ago. Authorities say they finally caught her killer. Joy Beer apologizes for repeatedly misgendering Caitlyn Jenner. I just didn't get enough sleep. The best new launches from Casper, Parade, Fitbit, and more. Howard Dean, the Republicans are now a neo-fascist party. Indian super-rich flee world's worst COVID outbreak on private jets. Royal reconciliation? Nope. Princes Harry, Charles, and William are still at war. This non-stick pan is the best I've tried. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Congressman sent letter to State Department asking to save USCG Qatar ADAC. Stream it or skip it. Tell me when on Netflix, a Mexican rom-com that lands bland. Lindsay Lohan's dad Michael busted for allegedly steering addicts into rehab for cash. Friday singer Rebecca Black relives surviving internet infamy 10 years later. Americans are eating lots of unhealthy food, except at school, study finds. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. SpaceX's used Crew Dragon carries another set of astronauts to orbit. The sky this week, it's a pink supermoon. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Carbon capture and dimming the sun pose dilemmas for climate. SpaceX Crew Dragon, 4 astronauts lift off to space station. CDC and FDA leaning toward resuming J&J vaccine, sources say. Mars helicopter completes second test flight. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. An economic bonanza, Biden hosts business, labor leaders for climate summit session on green investing. Biden's first address to Congress allows only 200 lawmakers amid COVID concerns. Maya Wiley gets NYC mayoral bid nod from pro-woman, pro-choice PAC. Mayoral frontrunner Andrew Yang outlines plan to battle the opioid crisis in NYC. New Jersey man, 26, used Facebook to exchange child porn videos, authorities. Shocking photo shows final second before deadly mid-air collision. All NYC COVID vax sites to allow walk-ins immediately, Mayor de Blasio. CDC recommends pregnant people get COVID-19 vaccine, no safety concerns observed in third trimester. Pretty Ricky rapper Baby Blue recovering in intensive care unit after shooting outside Florida bowling alley. Department of Justice considering charging Derek Chauvin over 2017 incident, report. The following headlines are from military.com. Elvis statue coming to Germantown where the king lived as a soldier. Monument honoring U.S. soldiers lost in 1962 plane crash to be unveiled in Maine. Former Army doctor in fatal vision murders appeals release denial. Justice Department indicts 6 in alleged Afghanistan translator scam. Military families going to lose every time in hot Fort Bragg real estate market, broker says. Army astronaut demonstrates weightless ACFT at International Space Station. U.S. troops in Afghanistan begin packing gear and pull-out prep. SpaceX launches third crew with recycled rocket and capsule. Moderna vaccines improperly stored at Fort Meade, recipients will likely need third shot. End commanders' power to block military sex cases, Pentagon panel says. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. From newsletters to Facebook groups, here's how to get the most out of your Chicago Tribune subscription. Column, ready to go back to the gym, eat inside a restaurant, fly, take our pandemic self-assessment quiz. Community activist Wardell Lavender, known to many as the mayor of Woodlawn, dies at 80. Sun shining, even a shirt off at United Center vaccination site on first day walk-ins are welcome. Man told shooter there was a child in his car before 22-month-old Cadence Swan was shot in head on Lakeshore Drive, prosecutors say. 1 dead, 1 injured in shooting outside apartment building near Niles, Glenview, police say. The soaring number of students in quarantine is the latest obstacle for schools and sports teams trying to get back to normal. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 136,525 administered vaccine doses, 3,369 new COVID-19 cases and 22 additional deaths reported Friday. How to try to get a COVID-19 vaccine in Chicago. Here's what you need to know about COVID-19 vaccines in Illinois. The following headlines are from Phys.org. U.S. and Iranian researchers collaborate on Lake Urmia restoration. Flexible diet may help leaf-feeding lemurs resist deforestation. From corals to crops, how life protects the plants for its cellular power stations. New alloy can directly reduce the weight of heat removal systems by a third. Response options should be at the center of climate risk assessment and management. Climate change affects deep-sea corals and sponges differently. Seismicity on Mars full of surprises, in first continuous year of data. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, April 24th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Venezuela's Maduro begins allowing aid against hunger, virus. Prosecutor, man knew toddler was in car when he opened fire. Family indicted, accused of selling bleach as COVID cure. SPU must confront a hiring policy that discriminates based on sexual orientation. Former Major Leaguer Adrian Garrett dies at age 78. To fight anti-Asian racism, we need to tell our stories. Washington becomes first state to guarantee lawyers for low-income tenants during evictions. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. NHL playoffs, why do the San Jose Sharks still think they have a chance? Nomadland wins at Spirit Awards and possible Oscar preview. Newsom seeks ban on new fracking in state by 2024. Indonesian Navy detects object, narrow sub-search area. What experts say is the one risk to the Bay Area's economic recovery. Biden ends Global Climate Summit, we're gonna do this. Hey Dieter, who are the 49ers going to pick? Are the A's for real? Are there too many strikeouts in baseball? Warriors Kent Bazemore entered into COVID protocol, out Friday versus Denver. Hotline newsletter, comparing basketball coaches' contracts, a diversity deep dive, trajectory assessment and more. Putin phone Navalny to end his prison hunger strike. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Mattel, Snap rise, American Express, Kimberly-Clark fall. Investigators probing why plane crashed in field. Kansas governor vetoes measures to tighten election laws. Merrick Garland pledges to give police groups heads up on future probes. Indiana legislature ends on high note after struggles. Albuquerque seeks $200K from Trump campaign for security. Court rejects appeal of man in Auburn student's killing. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Pharmaceutical industry dispatches army of lobbyists to block generic COVID-19 vaccines. The whistleblower trying to stop the next financial crisis. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, April 24th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. U.S. asbestos sites made risky by some remediation strategies. Climate-friendly microbes chomp dead plants without releasing heat-trapping methane. Researchers realize high-efficiency frequency conversion on integrated photonic chip. The type of blood vessel damage determines its path to regeneration. Hubble captures giant star on the edge of destruction. Toward new solar cells with active learning. Violence legitimizing verses in religious scriptures increase support for lethal violence. Patching up your health. Is raising the sales age of tobacco reducing youth smoking? The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Calls mount for video release in fatal shooting by deputies in North Carolina. Lucas Williamson will return to Loyola. We're gonna do this. Biden closes global summit on climate. Teen killed in drive-by shooting in Little Village. Fears of third statewide spike lessens as positivity rate continues to decline. Live updates. Afternoon edition, April 23, 2021. Woman shot to death in parked car in West Pullman, a mile from where man was found dead half an hour earlier. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, April 24th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Emergency supplies are tax-free April 24th to 26th, so stock up soon to save some cash. Never mind the Rona, here are your 2021 Oscar picks. Openings and closings, Space Cowboy Rocketin', BCK will close. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, the return of brunch and an epic Stop the Hate fundraiser. Tina, HBO tells the story of an icon, one last time. Harden and Busby continue public squabble over disclosure of accuser names. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, boys from County Hell. The next headlines are about world records making news. Israeli artist sets Guinness World Record for longest Megillah scroll, JTA News, Jewish telegraphic agency. Nigerian man breaks Guinness World Records with a special plank exercise, video goes viral, legiting. India posts world record coronavirus case count for second consecutive day, Democracy Now! Meet the police officer with the world record collection of bagpipes, the Lincolnite. India COVID crisis, hospitals buckle under record surge, BBC News. Rowers attempt bank holiday world record at Teignmouth for Devon Air Ambulance, in your area. Teignmouth world record attempt will boost air ambulance funds, in your area. India passes world record number of new COVID cases for second day running as doctors tell a frontline battle, in news. World record second day, 332,730 new COVID-19 cases, GULT. India's posts world record daily COVID cases for second straight day, Reuters India. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. This new app lets you turn anything and everything into an NFT. For All Mankind Season 2 finale featured some lunar leaps that require a discussion zone. Last year's 12.9-inch Magic Keyboard is already obsolete. Montana legislator introduces bill to legally target environmentalists after coal bailout fails. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended, what now? Bones of extinct giant cloud rats found in Philippine cave. Marvel's getting in on that cat manga business now. This artist turned their iPad Pro into a classic Macintosh to create 1-bit retro masterpieces. Thor shaped the Marvel Cinematic Universe in truly important ways. Unusually massive flare from nearby star, a bad sign for alien life. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was K's in Mali at 114.8 degrees Fahrenheit or 46 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. AirTags orders began today, but supplies are already dwindling. Today, watch us play the opening of Sony's promising PS5 exclusive Returnal. COVID emergency shuts Japan Super Nintendo World 1 month after opening. Supreme Court kills FTC's strongest tool for getting refunds to scam victims. 4chan founder Chris Poole leaves Google. Minnesotans furious that they have to pay for Texas deep freeze problems. Apple sued for terminating account with $25,000 worth of apps and videos. Today's best tech deals, M1 MacBook Air, PS5 controllers, and more. NASA gets what it wanted, independent, reliable access to space. A clubhouse bug let people lurk in rooms invisibly. The following headlines are from Raw Story. NBA star LeBron James's police tweet sparks uproar on U.S. right. Here's some of the bizarre right-wing live streaming drama that foreshadowed the pro-Trump insurrection. FBI expects to arrest at least 500 Capitol attacker after over 250,000 tips from the public. Little-known court case helps to put the pieces together in cop dragging during Capitol insurrection. Ghislaine Maxwell pleads not guilty to new charges. Ted Cruz has no shame about being associated with an extremist right-wing group, report. Grifter with no experience, Caitlyn Jenner's run for governor slammed as money-making gig. GOP House Minority Leader facing a remarkable rebuke from aggrieved Republican congressman. 10,000 Armenians march for Ottoman Massacre anniversary. Suspicious order ignited fears that Air National Guard would use fighter jets against California protesters, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Hey, have you seen this clip of Bill de Blasio talking to a compost bin? From our archives, a parody piece about downsizing. The power of the myths many white people believe about policing and America. Lawmakers love hate crime laws, but do they really protect anyone? The machine that eats up black farmland. This land is not your land. Great, now even our skies are full of tiny plastic particles. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Timothy Leary's dead, but Mass General plans to study medicinal uses of one of the psychedelics he studied, Universal Hub. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, April 24th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO expert debunks Navy pyramid-shaped UFOs. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, April 24th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno@xenomals2021 by News8. All rights reserved.